He seemed like he likes to drink. I don't know if it's too much, but it seems like he loves to drink and he loves to party. I don't know. I don't think Maya would be interested in that. And then he seems to be maybe a 50-50 warrior, or at least a 50-50 contributing warrior. When you start saying, I'm going to put my 50 with your 50 and we make it 100, I don't believe that's the type of person Maya wants. I think Maya wants a person who, you have your money and you help me out, and I'm going to make all my business, and my business is my business. That's how I feel. So, LaRon being a 50-50 warrior, Maya's not taking him serious on that alone. On top of the fact that he looked like he be drinking every day but Monday and Tuesday. I don't see it.
How the
I
hell are
don't
you
see
here
it at all.
50-50? He said partnership. He said bring yours, I bring mine. And that's how we work together. What's this? What's this? Now it's 50-50 where we know that's a
I don't want to
negative
ever hear
trope.
that. I don't ever
He
want to
said,
hear
let's
that.
bring yours, I bring mine. I make good money, you make good money. Let's bring it together. What's wrong with that?
Like,
I
You
don't
yeah,
bring
ever want
your
to hear
100, I bring my 100.
You
Now
know
we
what
got
I
200.
mean? We need to dead this as 50-50. He said, I'm bring mine, I'm gonna bring yours.
that's what I
What
heard
what
too. He said, "I'm gonna bring mine. I'm gonna bring yours." That's what I heard.
that. And where we bringing it to? To one?
So what your money's just gonna be sitting there?
That's 50-50 though, Kojo. That's what I'm
No, no,
saying.
no. That's not.
No,
That's
no,
you not
no.
using your
Or is that
finances
100
well.
and 100?
We are in a partnership
Partnership.
together. Where is your money going? That is the question. I'm sorry, I'm just
No,
not
the
rich like
question,
that.
no,
That
no,
I can
no.
sit on. I'm not rich like that. You can just sit on your
You're changing
finances
the
and just let
question.
it
You're
sit
changing
there.
the, that's 50-50, Kojo.
No,
What
no, no. I
math
didn't
are
say
you
that.
doing?
No, no, no. I didn't say that. I said, where is your money going?
That's a different question, sir. I'm talking about the 50-50. Where my money goes is a different
I
question.
said, bring it to the table because we in this together. That's the whole point. We in this
Sure. But if I
together.
if I if we're in this together, that sounds like a 50-50 warrior, does it not?
No, not at all. It's not. It's you. We're in this together, saying, "Hey, I'm bringing my thing. I'm bringing your thing." We never spoke anything about bills, anything like that. We just said, "Bring your money to the table." See, when your mind went straight to 50-50, it's like, wait, hold on a minute. If I'm coming to the table and I have a certain amount of money, I'm saying, you bring your money to the table too. That's all. And we work out how we work out. Now, maybe I have a different mindset to when it comes to relationships. Okay, do you know what I'm saying to you? I mean, I'm a man, of course, so it's going to be slightly different looking at it for perspective, right? But I'm saying that at a point in time, I'm saying that what he said was a partnership. That is what you wanted to do in marriage. Some people come into a marriage to have partnership. So I don't think it's necessarily 50-50 per se, but then again, it depends what we mean by 50-50 and what we mean by
Right.
partnership in that sense.
When I think of partnership, I think of like I help you grow, you help me grow. I'm going to support you, you support me. You lean on me, I lean on you. I'm good at math, you're good at science. I'm good at sweeping, you're good at mopping. Like that's what I think of a partnership. I drive, you I don't know. I'm just thinking that's a partnership. I'm not sure what my money has to do with that. And he mentioned money, if I unless I'm wrong. I believe it, I remember him mentioning money. And that's where I got the 50-50 warrior
He
part.
said, "You got money, I got money."
Exactly.
That's what he
But
And
that's
said.
to me, that sounds like a man who's going to ask for a financial disclosure if we get divorced. Like I just don't want that type of individual.
but he only mentioned money after she said she wanted a provider. She said she wanted some
Well, that
under the
makes it
table.
worse though.
That's
That makes it
like
Yeah,
worse.
opposite.
yeah. But I took it as being like, okay, this a little bit editing. When he did say, he said we bring ours together, and then bringing ours together is like I make 120,000, you make 120,000. Now we as together as husband and wife make 240 grand, and now we're gonna figure out how we're gonna spend this 240 grand when we both come up together. That's what I looked at as a partnership. Because when you take it in the business world, when two companies merge, they don't that other company that's merged, they don't leave their finances out there. Both finances come together of the company or the corporation. So if you look at marriage that way, then shouldn't it come together? If he said partnership? Or does that make it a 50-50 thing too? If they both agree, hey, let's pull this together in one pot and we work off of this.
I mean, in real life, right? Like real married people are putting their money together to buy houses and to manage real expenses, right? Like I'm not saying that people in real life in 2024 where you need two incomes aren't doing that. I think what's off-putting is like you think that's a courting conversation. I put my money together and you put your money together and we got money.
Not
That to
according.
me is not a courting conversation.
Not,
That
I
sounds
think
like
Aries
a warrior.
I think Aries said this is about 2 weeks, right, Aries? That's not a 2 week conversation where we talking about bringing that. No, that's not a 2 week conversation. That's a conversation at the end of the show, and we think we real serious, and we may be moving towards that, but not after 2 weeks. No.
However, it is though, because we have to understand what your mindset is. It is accelerated, right? So knowing what your philosophy is on life is important, in this. I mean, the reality, kind of like what Seaway said, most real life married couples are pulling their money together in whichever way they're making it. I feel like Maya has had multiple conversations with different men on the show, to where indicating that, I want to be, I want a provider, I want to be passenger princess, type of thing. So I think some of this is more of, what do we think Maya would really want in this scenario? Is she saying what needs to be said to LaRon because this is what they're saying, and then over here saying something different to this guy, saying something different? So in real life, what do we really think? Do we think that she's like, yeah, she said Michelle, Obama, and Barack or whatever? That's a whole nother thing. Like, I could see us being a power couple. So I don't know. Maybe she's down with it. I don't know. It just seemed like the way he said it, it just felt like it felt to me 50-50-ish. It felt like a creative way of saying it. But maybe he meant it differently. I don't know.
Well, maybe this is the one time I'm gonna listen to Alonzo's advice and say, if we had asked a little bit more questions, we might have known what he meant by it. And not saying that the question wasn't asked; it could be edited out, and what he meant by the partnership. But that would be a good question to ask if you come across somebody saying this. What do you mean by partnership? Is this, we talking about finances? Are we talking about, company? What are we doing? So just ask more questions.
And this conversation is always intriguing. I think we had this last time, and I said this conversation is funny because most of the time what we're really talking about is how it looks. It's image, right? Because when we really break it down and explain it, what people are saying is, I want him to pay the mortgage, I want to pay this, I want to pay that. After that, you're still paying for stuff. So you're still in a partnership. That's the whole point. Like, you're still paying for stuff, but you want it to be the major things. It's the mortgage, it's the car note, or whatever. The things that look on paper like this. But really and truly, you are contributing. So that's why I said that the conversation always becomes like it's 50-50. But really and truly, you are contributing towards the unit as a whole. So, of course, some people have it differently. Some people, yes, by the grace of hallelujah God, you've got it blessed. You've got yourself 100% provider who pays for every single thing. Your nails, your hair, your daily lifestyle, and pays for everything else. And God bless that person. God bless that person. May he continue to treat you right and pay all your goddamn bills. For the rest of us who live in the normal stratosphere, who don't have the financial income to do so, let us work together, okay? All right, this conversation is for those who have that financial income. The rest of you are normal folks with normal incomes and normal tax brackets, and you need to do the normal tax bracket thing, okay? Work with the people at your level, okay? This conversation always goes far, and most of us ain't got that far. We are living in a normal tax bracket, apart from people who are at the Waldorf. But the rest of us, we gotta make sure we are at a normal level. So,
well,
but I definitely hear what you're saying.
As bringing Beyonce into the conversation, I just want to know, is Beyonce and Jay-Z going 50-50? No,
Jay-Z going to put on another. Jay-Z and Beyonce, none of us are that level. That's the whole point.
Well, we found out Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade was going 50-50. So
and look what happened. They immediately cussed her out. Good on that, lass.
Yeah, I mean, Kojo, we could be here all night. I don't really feel like this is about image.
I think you should be here all night.
I sincerely do not want a man of mine's factoring in my money. So if that means that you need to be considering that we're living in a lesser place before you ask me, do you want to contribute your money so we can live in a better place? That's a different conversation. I just don't want you from the onset, you literally factoring in my money. So I don't really feel like that's image. That's just, but I'm not saying, ladies, I'm not saying you got to do what I'm saying. If y'all want to do 50-50, don't argue with me. Don't argue with Miss Sprinkle. Go do what you want to do. I'm just saying that won't be me. I personally am not talking to a dude who's factoring in my money. I never have. I think that's weird. So, but do y'all. Whatever works. Don't be
My
single on my account.
But you're
my
privileged. You earn a good amount of money and you are educated to a certain level. You are very privileged. You're actually not in a like when we talk about this situation, we talk about it, you're doing the very thing that men do, which is they try to make women into the 1950 women. You're trying to make the 1950 man while still trying to have the modern man at the same time, modern woman situation. This is what people do, cherry picking on both sides. And so both people do it, right? Both men and women do it. And that's usually where the issue usually comes in, when people are cherry picking. You want a 1950 man, but you want to be the modern woman. And then he wants the 1950 woman and wants to be the modern man. It's like there has to be some level of balance. You know what I'm saying to you, without there being shame. Because immediately what happens is, it's like, I don't want him fostering my money. He's a 50-50 nigga. Oh, then he's been shamed. Once you say that, he's been shamed. Once we take that level, he's been shamed. Once you start saying he's a 50-50 because it comes with a negative connotation, he has been shamed. Yet what you're doing is you're cherry picking. And that's fine. Right?
How am I
Because
cherry picking?
if you didn't work and you didn't have no money, you'd have chosen a person that's 40K because you ain't got nowhere else to go with it.
But the
You'd have
thing
had a
is,
normal person.
but Coach, I understand you. And first of all, when in Rome, you're normally cool, but I am far from elitist. You don't know me. I'm talking about my lifestyle, ma'am. Like I said, if you want to go 50-50, go 50-50. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at whatever you got going on. But what I will say is, me being privileged lifestyle, right? Educated, privileged, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, this applies at every tax bracket that you are at. If you are in, let's say you're making 50K, you're interacting with dudes making 50K, you can take this mentality and go date a man making 50K and live in a place that you can live in off of one salary for 50K. If you're making 100K, you can find a man making 100K and live in a place worth 100K. Now, where this gets sticky, if you're living below the poverty line, if you're in that situation, do what you got to do to survive. But if we're talking about the average person who is subscribed to you, who most of these people I do not believe are living below the poverty line, and if you are, then this doesn't apply, right? This applies at every single stage. This is just about what you want to do in your life. If I was cut, if my husband was making 50K, I want him to ask, hey, babe, do you want to live somewhere where we can live off of my salary, or do you want to contribute so we can live a little bit better? That's what I'm saying. So all the people who said I'm elitist can kiss my butt and take the insecurity someplace else, because you're not hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth. And if you want to do going 50-50, do that. I don't care, because I'm not paying the bills. You think I care about what y'all do? I'm just saying I wouldn't do it.
I agree with you, Seaway. The reality is people are talking about, this is my philosophy on it. I have a home, I'm here, I'm paying bills every day, right? So if someone were to move into my house right now, I'm already paying the bills. I'm already taking care of everything. So the change isn't that big. So I feel like when I'm thinking about this in a way of like how I could live with someone or join my life with someone, I'm like, are you already taking care of a home and bills? Then I'm not bringing a bunch of debt into the situation. It's just going to be a couple extra groceries, more than likely, for me to come up in there, right? The lights, I'm going to turn the lights off when I leave the room. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a big difference. It's really about kind of back to what you said. What is the lifestyle that you want to live in? If I want to live in a big old giant mansion and we want to put all our money together, then we gonna have to keep working and we're gonna have to keep putting that money together. If I'm like, I'm cool with where you live at right now, and I'm just gonna come, move on in, then it's not that big of a difference from what you're already doing. Why would I have to do a whole bunch more? And then you can figure out how y'all want to split the money if you're going to keep working and do if you want to do other things that contribute to retirement funds and vacations and all, whatever that looks like. But it's not as big of a deal, I think, that people make it. I think they're thinking, oh, I want to live in a mansion, but I also don't want to work. And I want him to just be able to do that, even though he's not living in a mansion right now. Like, now he got to go make me Beyonce or whatever, and I'm not going to work. It just doesn't make sense logically. I think people aren't really thinking about it in the realistic sense of the fact that you're already paying the bills. If you already got a house and you're living within a certain range that I'm cool with, then hell, I'm coming over there. Like, You know, maybe we rent my house out and we do something else with that money. You figure all that out. But I think that we make it a lot different when it's like, oh, you got money. I'm living in this little studio apartment and now you got money. Cool. When we put that together, that's how we're going to live in, you know, the whatever. So that's the part I feel like makes it sound like 50-50 warrior to me feels like you need my money to move out of your mom's basement or, you know, actually live a basic life. Like you need my money. I don't need you to need my money. I want to know that you're already taking care of yourself without me. That's the main thing for me.
And I think that's the part, because if I want to go live in a mansion down the street, I am very much so aware that if this is my dream home in this economy, I may need to put my money together so we can afford the mansion, right? That's fine. That's a decision. That's fine. I think the difference comes in is when you're dating somebody for 2 weeks and they're already coming off the gate with that assumption. Now, I'm sure to Kojo's point, there's some people who it's more for show than it is actually for practicality. I just prefer a man that I would want to be with not to come out the gate with that type of expectations versus like we're in a relationship and it's 2024 and this economy is horrible and we need to figure out what we need to do. I think you do what's best for your relationship, but you just want to make sure you're doing it with a man that doesn't already have those expectations. So yeah, we're off topic, I guess, at this point.
No, it's still part of the topic, like because it came up with Laron and it came up with Laron and Maya. You know, it's a good conversation to have because I think, like I said, it's more about the fact that I think for me as a man, it's more about the way that sometimes this topic gets discussed. Now I know men also do it too in other ways as well, in terms of shaming women for their preferences, right? But the immediate conversation, the reason why I highlighted it was because immediately you went to 50-50 warrior. You actually were shaming them a little bit. You just a little bit. You hadn't heard the whole story and you were shaming him. And so that is why I was like, no. Hold on, let's just pause it a little bit because we're getting shamed here a little bit. And I say we as men, we're getting shamed here with him saying straight away, which is, hey, I want to bring my money together and bring yours together. I want a partnership. And it went straight to, it sounded like 50-50. And it's like, no, he said, I want to bring this, you bring